Hi, I'm Mary Jo Maichack. I'm a singer and a storyteller, and I love fairy tales. I love them so much that I decided to create kits for making a fairy tale puppet theater. And chances are pretty good if you're watching me right now, you have all the parts you need for you to make your own fairy tale puppet theater yourself. So here's an example of one that I made, and the craft sticks you get will be turned into these fairies that move around in the slits of paper, which is the theater. And before you get to the stage where you have everything all colored and designed your very own way, of course, I'll just go over the parts of the kit. You'll figure it out right away. I have every trust in you. You can see I have backed my fairy tale puppet theater scene of flowers on a sturdy piece of, well, a heavier paper, cardstock they call it. And you will find in your kit these characters. It's really great when you decide to make up a story to take a really strong look at your characters. These are drawn for you, and you can color them, of course, any way your heart desires. But when you do, you might want to think, what do these characters like? Is this a fairy who wants to be a helper? Is this a hungry fairy? Naughty fairy? Troublesome? Bothersome? Irritating fairy? Who knows? Most people, like most fairies, are more than one thing, but you know that. So you color those and cut them out. You can make a broad cut or cut right around the edges. You're the artist. The whole thing about being an artist is to do it the way you want to do it. There's no right or wrong, except how you want to do it. You can experiment and do it again sometime. Huh? You'll also find a big long sheet of directions, but you're getting those right here. There are some tips also for telling stories. First of all, to become good at telling stories, the best thing to do that I have found is to read them. When I was a little girl, everybody in my household was much older. They were all grown up, and I couldn't fall asleep at night. So I would read the fairy tales. Oh, I filled my head with those stories, Puss in Boots and Sleeping Beauty, Little Red Riding Hood. Oh, you know a lot of these, I'm sure. But this is a kit for making up your own story with your own characters. Anyway, it is good, as I said, to think about what those fairies need, and then see if you can create a conflict, a way that they clash. One wants something the other doesn't or can't give. That is how you come up with a story, really. You think about a problem. It doesn't have to be huge, and it's better not to go with simple, violent things, because you want to work your imagination. That's a powerful machine you have. Think about a little problem, and by the end of the story, see if you can get those characters to work out that problem. It's better if it doesn't pop out of nowhere like a magic thing, or, oh, they woke up and it was all a dream. But just play. It's summer right now, so playing is really important. You'll get those directions and all the information you would want about it. So, as I said, you take your characters, color them, cut them, think about who they are. You might even name them. Then you just take a little glue stick or even a piece of double-sided tape and stick your fairy on there. One person gave me an idea that you could copy these and color them so that the backside would have a flip image of the same character. I didn't think of that. This is good. But just as they are, and you have a scene, it will look something like this, although yours might have a cobweb. And you color it. You'll also find some little gold, silvery sequins in your bag, and you can use them any way you want. They might be magic. There's a good magic. Or you might put them in the center of flowers. That's kind of fun. But again, it's up to you. Right? You color it. You take your glue stick, if you have a glue stick or some tape. I hope you do. And just go around the edges. The less, the better. You don't want glue soup. And then you take your purple or maybe orange cardstock that's heavier, and you glue the two together so it's sturdier. Oops, I don't want to do it backwards though. Some of my friends have experimented with these, and they found it was good to clip the edges to, say, a chair, as long as it's okay with the grown-ups who own the chair. You know how that goes. And then your hands are more free. Your puppets move in cuts that you can make. This one goes better that way. In your theater. Where did my puppet go? And you can practice. This takes serious practice. Puppeteers, there are puppeteers all around. I hope you get to see a lot of them. Oops, that was my stool. I tend to hit things sometimes by mistake. You can have the fairies talk. And if you want it to seem real, when your fairy is talking, you can move it. Hello, I don't know what I'm thinking about, but I must be saying something like that. This one comes from a little peephole that I cut in the middle. Hey, what's going on up there? I'll play with voices or not. And maybe somebody comes in and causes trouble. You never know who it is. This one might be the nicest fairy doll. Here, let me help you. Or, give me that thing. Who knows? Play, play, play. The more you play and experiment, the more ideas you'll get. I hope you have a great time. Chances are really strong that this kit is brought to you by your friendly local children's librarian. They're wonderful people. They're real helpers for you. Also, there's a good chance if you live in Massachusetts that this program is brought to you by your, put in your name of town, Cultural Council, which is a local agency supported by the Massachusetts Cultural Council, a state agency. And that is a wonderful thing because it means every year people get together to think, how can we bring art in all its forms into our town? And that's a very good way to help everyone enjoy something like Mary Jo Maichack's Puppet Theater. Happy summer reading. Bye.